This section we're going to see about HTML5, CSS3. For that, I have prepared a PPT presentation. I would like to explain with that. Okay. Looking up to HTML5. HTML is nothing but a hypertext markup language. From year 1991 to 1998, versions 1 to HTML versions 1 to HTML version 4 have been developed. In 2008, HTML5 was introduced as HTML5 WhatWAC. WhatWAC nothing but Web Hyper Application Technology of Working Group. And then later in 2014, a latest HTML5 has been introduced by W3C as a final recommendation. W3C is nothing but World Wide Web Consortium. It's a standard for web. And coming to HTML, HTML is a scripting language which starts with start tag and ends with the end tag. Usually HTML extensions will be ending with .htm or .html extensions. You can also there's no big difference between .html and HTML. Earlier versions in DOS systems, only up to 3 letters were being allowed to give extensions. So only they ignored L in later versions, but that limitation won't occur in this type of system. So using HTML. Why HTML? Because it's the latest version of all HTML, which includes interactive and dynamic content, which makes web very easy. Whereas in HTML5, which eliminates the use of plugin player. Suppose if you see to in early times, if you install a browser, if you want to play a video or audio, you can see a plugin or pop-up window arises like download a flashing player, which uses eliminated in HTML5 using the audio and video tag. In a video tag, supports .mp4, .ocg, only up to three formats of video which is supported in HTML5, which no need a plugin or flash player. And new application user interfaces also introduced in HTML5. If you see in HTML5, there are many changes have been introduced. At the starting, we will be using doc.html, and in the character set, you will be using meta characters. You will UTF-8, and the UTF-8 is the default value used in all HTML header files. When coming to HTML5, there are many new semantic elements are being introduced, just like header, footer, article, and section, and new form attributes like number, date, time, calendar, and range. Date time, which gives date and time of the properties, and graphic elements, SVG and canvas. SVG is nothing but scalar vector graphics, and canvas drawing for figures in the HTML content. And as usual, multimedia elements like audio, video, and tracking. Audio and video are the most important features of HTML5, which make more dynamic than older versions. And when you coming in deep about application program interface, you see about HTML geolocation. Use .get current position. If you use that function in that using in a JavaScript, you can get the current position of the user. The next one is HTML drag and drop. With this application interface, you can drag and drop a image or a content. Local storage. This is nothing but a data of element in the HTML script can be stored in the web itself. And application cache. If you see in older versions, some of its data are stored in cache, but while coming to HTML5, stored in the web itself, which is nothing but server sent event. SSE, nothing but for example, take Facebook, Twitter, and other gaming website. You will be simply browsing in Facebook, suddenly you will be seeing a notification if someone likes your photo or something, which is called a server sent event, which will be sent by the server side. Web workers is nothing but a JavaScript function which is running at the background. which doesn't affect the original web operations. And these are the elements which have been updated and changed in HTML5 to HTML4. Okay, in HTML4 we will be using Chromium tag, but in HTML5 you will be using BR. HTML4 will be using applet, in HTML5 you will be using object. Some of these things will be given in a CSS style sheet, which is a cascading style sheet, which will be discussed about in later sections. And this is the shift code which makes HTML5 possible in Internet Explorer, which is less than version 8, which says if the Internet Explorer is less than LT is nothing but less than 8, it will include the JavaScript package of Save Google Code, which makes the HTML5 possible in Internet Explorer. Fits in Internet Explorer 9, which reads it as a command code and you will ignore it. And another important feature in HTML5 is gives a flexible attribute syntax in whichever way the user is convenient can be used in that way. See, here they have followed different methods. For value they have been in quote, but in double quote, single quote, in whatever way you are convenient, you can update in such ways. Semantic elements. Semantic elements are nothing but the elements which relates to the content of the tag. Header. A header tag is nothing but originally relates to header. A navigation tag is nothing but which originally relates to navigation. Section aside. Each tag has its own meaning to its content. But non-semantic elements, you see div and span, which are meaningless tags, so it's called non-semantic. And if you currently developed a website in HTML4, you can easily convert it to HTML5, which can be done using changing the doc HTML to doc type HTML. This is nothing but there are three types of the transitional strict frame set. Transitional includes all sort of dynamic contents. Okay, and this is the main reason of HTML5, which eliminates complexity coming to a header, navigation, foot. In HTML4, the user will give their own names for ID and things, but in HTML5 they pre-differently they gave a name. Okay, and this is the modification you have to done. Meta character set, this content you have to replace with UTF-8, and this content directly can be replaced with the header, footer section and article section. Okay, if you see about HTML5, you will have to see about XHTML. XHTML is nothing but extensible HTML. It's a strict HTML, which says every tag code should be in lowercase, and every tag should be closed, terminated. Even if it's BR code, BR is a single code, should be terminated with the slash tag. So the general rules will be done in XHTML. XHTML is a disciplined version of HTML. Okay, let's move to CSS3. CSS is nothing but cascading style sheet. Cascading style sheet is describe the presentation of HTML of XML4, which main syntax is selector, declaration, property, value. See, if you doing it in a header, it's a font style, color, everything can be designed in this style sheet separately. Okay, and why use CSS3? Because CSS3 is the latest standard for CSS. CSS is completely backwards compatible with earlier versions of CSS. CSS, the main usage of CSS3 split into many modules. While comparing to older versions, the CSS will be very complex and very difficult to handle. But in this section, each things have been separated, say like smaller pieces. Which is separated like selector box, model, background borders. Yes, it's even selected in older versions of this. But in CSS3, 2D, 3D animation forms and exciting features have been added in CSS3. And there are three ways of doing CSS style sheet can be done. They are inline, internal, external style sheets can be done. Inline style sheet is nothing but doing your style inside the check itself. And internal style sheet is nothing but in the header section you will be doing your style within the, for a body part you will be doing separately in the head section. External style sheet is nothing but creating separate .css file for your HTML document and linking it with the required HTML file, which can be done with this link, with this tag. This is nothing but the destination folder section. We have to type it here. And multiple style sheet is nothing but using inline, internal and external sheet in a single style sheet. See in this command, this is a external style sheet. First you have included the external style sheet and then internal style sheet also included. With that, specific inline sheet for the paragraph tag has been included. Both of them are included in a single document, so it's called multiple style sheet. And CSS3 also includes many broader radius styles. Each one has a different distinction with it. Should be started with the top, bottom, left and right. Values should be arranged in such a way to get a perfect discipline in that. And also 2D transform and 3D transform methods also used, using functions like translate, rotate, using in the JavaScript function you can use it. And translation you can see in a PowerPoint animation, which also included in CSS3 sections, and media query sections which also can be inserted in CSS3 sections. Okay, I would like to explain with a live example with it. Let's see it. And this is the example for HTML5. If you see that the doc HTML, which includes HTML5, and in meta character set is which implies this is HTML5 program. If it's a lower version of Internet Explorer 8, we can use this code to run HTML5. We can see in the style sheet, it says CSS3. This is called internal style sheet, which have been included separately for this content. And in this HTML5, we are giving a header. This is a navigation tool. Many links can be linked in that tool. And another tag, article, and section, and the footer. Okay. If you run this, you get this output. This is called header section. This is navigation thing, which will be each link has been linked with it with a href tag, and each one of this whole section is section tag. Each one is article tag. Its heading has been given by h1, h2, h3, and this is footer section. Okay. See, I made some adjustment with it. Okay, this is the example of HTML5 and CSS3. Hope you like my presentation. Thank you.